do like a Jack.
What do you mean? End the show right now?
Yeah, just be like, thanks for watching the post show, and then end.
What the hell am I doing?
Too much?
Oh God, I'm sitting.
You're all sitting is what you're doing. You stand on the post show.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's fine.
That makes sense.
That's all up to you.
I don't even stand to piss.
You're British.
What do you do?
I haven't stood to piss for a
Do
long,
you
long
stand
time.
when you eat?
Gavin sits too.
Okay,
so that
Mike
makes
I will
stands
stand for it. He says.
And Ben Savage does the same thing.
I don't understand. What do you mean I stand when I eat?
Every time you eat, you have to be standing. I go, come sit down with me. You're
I mean,
like, no, I
that's
have
not
to be
true at
up and
all.
down and do this.
90% of my
No,
food, I sit
absolutely.
at my computer chair and
Disagree.
eat there. No, I mean, fact.
Well, there's either a fact or a not fact.
Yeah.
Let's get to
Here's
the
what
bottom
I do.
of this.
I go home. I put my fucking
Oh, you
food
got a
on
nutty
my
buddy?
desk. I sit down and then I go
sure I
like
do.
this with my back to Lindsay and I eat the food.
There's
That's
many
like
times where we're
every
eating
night.
in
I don't know
public
what the hell she's
with my
talking
family
about.
too, and you're like, no, I don't want to sit down. I'm like up and energetic. And Ben Savage did the same thing. We're like, dude, come sit with us. He's like, no, I have to move. I gotta.
I mean,
be
like
on the
we've
move.
been to restaurants. I sit down. I don't know what
That's
the hell
fine,
she's
when you're
talking
in the
about.
You were
public outing.
standing up in the fucking Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
Like
so,
a
so
mariachi.
that's what she's implying.
Eating a taco.
Because he's
I don't know
being
what she's
judged at that
saying.
point when you're home alone.
I
And
haven't
I'm
heard
like,
Ben
come sit.
Oh, you Macaulay Culkin?
Referenced so much.
Because
In
she
the
met
last
him and
25
she's,
years,
she was
then
just
in
like,
these last
well,
2
you know how you like big celebrity douchebag. You were like, you know, oh, I got Martin Freeman's number. That's what she's doing with
Yeah.
Ben Savage.
You know Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
I know Morgan Freeman.
I know Gavin Free.
Yeah,
Of slow-mo guys.
I know him as well.
Yeah, and you guys both sit down when you
Unfortunately,
pee.
Yeah.
I will say the
Does
best
he do
compliment
that
that
too?
you
Just said
No,
it.
not him. I meant, sorry, Gavin.
Yeah,
He,
he's
being
gone on
Gavin.
at lengths about it.
Is it because he likes the way the air
Yeah, it
sucks
just
up
is.
into his anus?
Michael
I'm
Scott
just
does the
like,
same way.
I ain't got time. I'm
No,
in and out.
just read some tweets.
Nah, see, I don't.
Like,
If I
The only
sit
time I
down,
bust my phone out is usually like morning shit.
if I sit down, I feel like
And
I have to
I'll
wipe
bust
my
out
ass
my
no matter
phone.
what I've done. Not at my computer or whatever. I mean, if I sit down to take a piss, I feel like my brain goes, you shat. If you sat on the toilet to take a piss, I'm like, I still have to wipe my ass as if something, because my brain's like, I'm gonna start trying to shit.
Something could have crawled out.
Something
See, I don't
could've
have
snuck
that.
out.
It's just to me, it's a time thing. It's just,
I don't want to risk it.
Takes longer.
I don't want to risk
Well,
my butt.
it's also I could see that at home. I would never, in a million years, choose to sit down in a public toilet when I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta pee. Let me just sit down.
I know, yeah.
I've got hepatitis C.
I know. I do try to hold it as much as possible.
Especially on like a
That makes
plane or
sense.
something.
I used the
that's like getting
urinal
kidney stones.
in
Wait,
that
what?
in that
Yeah.
bungalow
On a plane?
Holding it.
recently,
Oh.
and it was almost as if I'd forgotten how to use a urinal.
Because
Gavin-
all over? Or?
No, because Gavin walked past and started
Urinal.
laughing because I did that thing of like what school
You
kids
pull it
do.
down to your
All
ankles?
the way down.
With your underwear or your bum hanging out?
Yeah, my bum was hanging out.
You had your underwear on the floor?
It wasn't on the floor. It was by my thighs.
That's weird.
But Gavin just walked past and just saw my ass. And I was just-
Ready then.
That's great.
He started panicking.
Now it makes more sense when James he's like, oh, my friends have seen my dick. I know why.
Yeah. It's like you can't avoid it.
Then even better is elementary school when the kid's like, there's no cover effect. There's no like, I'm gonna get it. It's like pants down the ankles,
Then
and
you're
I'm,
like-
and
and
I'm
then-
like a foot from the urinal. So it's just my little penis. It's just like,
But also, it wasn't in the context of Gavin walking past, who knows me, and goes, "Oh, there's Buckley's arse." That's quite funny. There's also just other people
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never met
who
before.
walked behind you and didn't think it was
Yeah,
funny.
they're just
like,
going.
Like if
What?
you were an employee,
Yeah.
this would be a problem. Like you'd have
like
to get a
anyone. Where,
discussion
it's
to the-
also what a place the bungalow.
Yeah.
Where like it's all of the just like the
admin
management.
No,
the
it wasn't the
admin.
bungalow. It was that thing out there.
It would have to, it would
okay.
have to be that because if
Okay.
the bungalows like those are separate bathrooms. If people are
It'd be even
walking in
weirder,
on it,
yeah, it's a
that's
single
their
soul.
fault, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, there's only one
Don't mind
toilet
me.
in here.
I keep tripping up. Oh, why do I keep falling over? Oh, that's right. I haven't pulled my trousers and pants
That's
up.
fucking funny.
The best compliment you've given me recently, I think it was 2 days ago, you came
Yeah.
over, just hang out with us, and shooting the shit, dicking around, and I was like, you know, in our group dynamic, I'm very much like Gavin. He goes, no, you're not like Gavin at all. You couldn't be like Gavin. I'm like, thank you, James.
He
Thank
did
you
say
very
that.
much.
He was
That
a
means
little
the
taken
world.
aback
Yeah.
by that.
Gavin's a whole thing.
Yeah, he is.
Gavin's a thing on his own.
Scared Gavin. The last time he hit me with a moon ball, I was like, ah! I got up and I went, punched my desk, and I just looked. I was like,
gone.
ah! And then I just looked over at Gavin. I was like, oh!
He scares easily.
He's
Yeah.
he
He
got-
does.
See,
you know,
a-
that's the problem with Gavin. Gavin has the confidence of someone that's never been confronted. The way he
Yeah?
behaves.
Just
Like
step
me-
up to him and he'll like,
Like
oh.
me,
True, I do it all the time.
there's
to
been
him.
there's been a handful of times where I've had the shit kicked out of me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
There's-
he's never had that.
Yeah, so I've got that.
Have you seen the clip of
Well,
Jack
I mean,
fronting on
being
Gavin?
as posh as he is.
It's true.
Jeez.
Yeah. Gavin
Well-
got fronted by Jack, and that was the closest he's come to violence, I think.
When he ran around the corner.
No, when Jack was like, "I'll fucking kill you."
When
like, I
Jack got
forget
up
what
to
it was.
speed?
Yeah.
Right, when Jack ran around the corner.
Sure,
That's exactly
yeah.
what I'm describing.
Then.
There was Jack walked in. It was just like it was a funny moment. Jack walked in, and he was at this office. So he walks in past Gavin's desk, and he was walking around to his desk. And he came in, he said something. And he was like, I don't remember if Jack said something on walking in, like, hey, what's up? Or like, hey, bitches, or some shit like that. And Gavin goes, he's like, what'd you say, bitch? And Jack just went, what? And he threw his fucking water bottle down and just charged at
I've
Gavin.
never been
he
more
spun
afraid.
the corner of desks and charged Gavin and like stopped halfway to him. But Gavin was like, ah! And it's full recoil. Like Jack would just have been goo.
Especially
He would
because
have
Jack
just
also
he would just would have splattered.
the
Screaming.
kind of person.
Yeah,
It's
that's
his
exactly
response.
what he did. He just like balled up and just like protect his face.
Jack will take abuse to a point and then finally break,
Wait,
and that's
what?
the scariest people. Yeah.
They'll take abuse to a point.
Yeah, and then break. So there's people who are like, you fuck with
So
me, it's like,
before
fuck
the
you.
abuse.
No. And then
Oh,
there's
no,
people
after
who
the
will take
abuse.
the abuse until a certain point, and then
Yeah.
they break and go psychotic. That's Jack.
Yeah.
And that's
Not
extra
really.
scary, I think. That's
He
way
sto-
scarier than
he
someone
stopped
fronting on you right
himself,
there.
though.
Yeah, I mean, he was having a laugh. That's all that was happening. I think to be fair though, he went back, he picked up his water bottle, and he's like, "Oh, I cracked it." It was like in his display when he threw it.
Jack gave me good water bottle advice.
Oh.
Let's hear it.
Because I always see that water bottle that he's got on this channel, and I love it. I'm
With like
on a
the rubber
quest.
on it?
Yeah, I'm on
Yep.
a quest to
It's
find
like a glass bottle with
the best
shit on it.
water bottle. And I screenshot a picture. I said, "What water bottle does Jack use?" Because I want, like, seriously,
Camelback
ask my wife.
thing?
There's a cupboard in our kitchen where if you open it up, water bottles will just cascade on you. She's like,
Just
"You've
empty
got,
Dasani bottles.
you've got to throw some of these out because I'm just after the perfect water bottle."
Yeah, you're hunting.
Yeah. And yeah, he gave me a recommendation. I bought it, and we're getting on very well.
You and Jack, or you and the water bottle?
Me and the water bottle.
Okay, that makes sense.
What if
Jack's
it
angry. He was just pissed off that I was using his water bottle.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I got the." It's a funny story about Jack. I will say, I lived with Jack for like 2 months before I moved in my apartment. I went and I bought all my furniture for my apartment when I finally moved out. And then I moved in my own apartment. I got it all. My coffee table I got in the living room. I've mentioned it before. It's pretty cool. It's about this size, maybe a little smaller. But it's got this cool thing where you can lift it up. And like the top table's on like hinges.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
can come like, it comes up and forward.
Yeah, so so you can eat.
Yeah, so it's like you can eat, or if you're sitting on a couch, or you can put like a laptop
Yeah.
on it, so you
Oh,
don't have to
that's
like
nice.
hunch down and
Yeah.
whatever. It's super convenient, or like
But I
serving.
like hunching down.
You know,
or sitting on the floor.
You don't have to pull it up.
There you go.
But I mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got this cool table. You can like lift it up or whatever." And then Jack specifically, I remember he was like, "Oh, it's awesome. Damn it, damn." Like, I would have got that table. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I can't get it now. You have it."
Yeah, you can.
And I was like, "What?" And I'm like, I don't live with it. I live in my own apartment." He's like, "I'm not gonna get the same table as you."
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
So that-
to be fair, this is Jack like 6 years ago.
That
I think Jack
company-
now he
that
might.
company
he
didn't-
might
Well,
be
he
okay.
bought his
Didn't
fucking
quit.
water bottle
It's
the other
true.
day.
He was
He's
okay
kinda
with
pissed
it.
off
I'm just
about it.
saying, 5 years ago, Jack would have been like, "No, you
I-
can't have my water. That's mine.
you
I
beat
don't
me
want you
to
having
it."
the same water bottle."
So that table company wasn't after the Michael.
Apparently they were. They were like, "He bought it. Shut it down.
Yeah, that's
We're
it.
done."
We sold it.
No.
We're done.
I specifically remember him just being like, "Oh, it's really nice. I'd get it if you didn't have it." I'm like, it's a fucking table. Who
Well,
cares?
he doesn't want family members walking in and be like, "Oh, doesn't Michael have that table?"
How do you know?
How many
Is
times
this
do
a
you go
Michael
to his
Jones
place?
set?
Never.
Wow.
I've never. His house. I say his new house. He got a house like 3 years ago. I've never been there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not as if you're walking in once a week
also
going,
there it is.
don't-
I've got that
That's
table.
a
It's
table that
example
does
of
it.
one of
That's
those
nothing
tables.
like our table, but it's an
No,
example
it
of
lives.
it. Yes.
It
Yeah.
does that.
Gavin's
got a table like that,
Jack
doesn't
may
he?
have never been to our house.
I don't think
in
so.
our house.
No.
I know he came to
He
our
just
house.
stands outside and goes,
Well, he kind of did. He
stands in the bushes.
He borrowed
Yeah,
my
he
cooler.
just walks away.
He borrowed my cooler,
Uh-huh.
right? And he texted me one day, and he's like, I said, "Hey, you can borrow it. Just swing by the house." And he's okay, cool. And he texted me like, "Hey, I'm coming by," and it was buried like in the garage. So I didn't want that means leave. So I didn't want to just like wait for him to get there, then dig it out, then clean it or whatever. So I'm like, "Oh, Jack's on his way.
Yeah.
I'll clean it up first. Like I haven't used it since
Hose it
last
down.
summer." Yeah. So I took it out, I cleaned it off, whatever. I carried it out front. I put it out front, now being like when he gets here,
Yeah.
I'll just answer the door and be like, oh, here it is, cool. And then like 20 minutes later, he just texted me. He's like, cool, I grabbed it, thanks. And I'm like, oh.
He was
I
like,
didn't-
he
I
was
didn't-
like perfect. No
He
human
literally
interaction.
drove up, took it, and just drove off. And I'm like, I'm fine with that, but I'm like, oh, that's not at all what I was
Usually someone's
implying.
like, oh,
but
Can you blast
okay,
us
good
with
to
these
see you.
lights?
Sure.
Just really blast us.
Trevor
Yeah.
thinks
Make
it's
it
not
really
looking
white.
dusky enough.
Well,
in
no,
here.
this
White
is
as
the
hell.
opposite. Really sizzle me out of here. No, that's the movement's
Is
great.
that to
but I
say
just,
stop?
yeah, just mean like,
Yeah.
just
Well,
blast us out. Just wash
Am I
us
wrong
out.
that this is the
Well,
same Jack that kind of got miffed
that's
that you and I
okay.
were hanging
Or
out?
you can just
and
shut
we
them
were
all
dating?
off.
So we should go.
Really just drop the lights, you
Or
know?
was like, yo, you have work
Like,
tomorrow?
blast it out. There we
mean, we're
go.
leaving
Like,
late.
whoa,
Everybody's
hey.
getting Jack.
It's really getting, oh yeah.
Well, we're not.
Oh, got one in the eyeball there. Okay, well, that's going to
James,
scar my retinas
are
when
the
I'm
joke.
50.
This fucking whole company's a
Alright.
joke.
Yup. Oh shit, I dropped my snack. Bye now.